You would be way hotter if you logged out. What if I told you your phone was stealing your attractiveness? And I know that might sound harsh, but hear me out. That every single hour you spend scrolling on the phone, watching this trend, or nothing beats a Jet2 holiday, you're brain rotting yourself. Like, you are becoming less and less attractive because you're not focused on your goals. What about that book you wanted to write? What about that muscle you wanted to gain, or that weight you wanted to lose this year? Or what about all those books you wanted to read? What happened to that, you guys? It's the end of the year now, and this holds us prisoner like no one's business. This is not about a digital detox. Those don't work. I don't care who you are, fasting from your phone doesn't work. This is the brutal reality of what consistent connectivity is doing to your life, your confidence, and yes, your attractiveness. If you're wondering why you've been feeling stuck or like you can't complete a task, this guy, seriously, if you reach for your phone every 5 minutes, you have a dopamine problem. You have brain rot, and there was literally a study that came out stating about how social media use and AI use is making us regress in our brain intelligence. Like, we're not using our brain as much, so what you don't use, you lose, and that's a real thing with muscle, with brain. Let's start with what makes someone truly attractive. It's not just physical appearance. The most magnetic people have something deeper. It's presence, it's confidence, it's mystery, it's genuine interest in who they're interacting with. Now think about what social media does to these qualities. Presence. You're constantly half listening. If you keep your phone face down on a table, I don't care who you are, that's still rude. Even if it's face down, it's showing my phone is more important than you. And we don't even realize we're doing it. You're physically there, but you're mentally so scattered. Confidence. You're constantly comparing yourself to highlight reels, trends, thinking that you have to grow a following because that's what's cool now in 2026. So really, it's destroying your confidence because we have so much access to beautiful people. And when I say beautiful people, I don't mean like the type of beauty, the version that I see with like a pure heart and just willingness to give and love. No, I'm saying like the fake plastic lip injections, Brazilian butt lifts with fitness influencers. We never used to have access to what half the population looked like because we lived in our own little world, in our own little corner, and we picked the person that was closest to us to marry and then had some kids and called it a day. Now we get to compare ourselves to every single person that pops up on our Instagram, and it's destroying our health, our mental health, our confidence, and our attractiveness, because if you don't believe that you're attractive, then you're probably not. And I know that's harsh. I don't want to say like ugly, but less appealing people I've ever met have some of the most charismatic, magnetic energy and personalities, and they're hilarious, and they are there for you when you're down. And I would choose those people every single time to be around, to hang out with, to build community with, than somebody that is easy on the eyes. Mystery? What mystery? You document every single meal, every single thought, and you show every moment of your life. There is no mystery to you. People know your exact routine. They know when you wake up. They know when you go for that run. They know the inside of your mind. When in reality, a journal should really only be seeing that. And I'm not taking away from the connectiveness. Like, I think social media is really amazing for connecting humans. I'm on it right now with YouTube. But my point is, you don't have to document every little thing. And then again, you're creating this like feeling of guilt because if you don't document, then it's like, oh no, like who's gonna know that I had oatmeal for breakfast? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Go live your life. Go have a little bit of mystery to yourself and keep some things close to the chest. Not everything is supposed to be blasted for everyone to see. It's also killing your passion. Instead of developing real skills and interests, like picking up a new hobby, for me, it's surfing. You're sitting there scrolling, watching surfing videos, saying, oh, I wish I could be like her. But you could be like her if you just went out there and surfed as much as she did and got off your stupid phone. You can kind of tell I'm talking to myself there. I fall victim to it as well. I'm not free from the shackles of social media either. I'm human. But what I'm saying is, it's a digital dopamine trap, and you are able to wake up and change it. You just have to make that decision to put the phone down and go pick up the hobby or pick up the book. Anything else other than scroll. Your brain on social media is like your brain on drugs. Every like, comment, notification triggers a small hit of dopamine. And just like an addiction, you need more of it to get high the next time. So if you find yourself, your screen time is like 9 hours a day, that's a problem. But here's what's really happening. You're training your brain to crave external validation instead of internal satisfaction. You're becoming dependent on other people's approval. And think about it, when was the last time you accomplished something for yourself and you weren't urged to post about it? Really, like, you ran a marathon, can you go run a marathon and not post about it? It's like, then why are you really actually doing that? When you take away the thought of posting and blasting it on social media for others to see, what are your intrinsic motivations? So 3 things are going to happen when you log out. The first one is you're going to have major withdrawal, like a drug. You're going to want to get the urges, you're going to get the urges to check your phone. They're going to be really strong at first. You're going to feel FOMO. But if you work past through that, then you'll go to the next phase. That's boredom. Welcome to reality. Every kid growing up in the 80s and 90s pretty much knows this feeling of boredom. It's a hot summer day, you go outside and you kick rocks because you're so bored. That boredom creates creativity. And you'll never know what type of person you could be if you're never bored. And then the third phase is rediscovery. You rediscover your passions. You rediscover that, wow, maybe I actually want to go read that Harry Potter series that I never finished. Or I want to pick up a guitar that's collecting dust in the corner. You start creating other things to fill into the void of the 9 hours a day that you were scrolling social media. And because of it, you become a more interesting person. You become more charismatic. You become more attractive and more magnetic to be around. People that are magnetic are people that have fine-tuned skills. They have great communication skills. They didn't learn those from scrolling on social media. So go log out of your phone because it gives you better sleep. It makes you way hotter, and who knows what original thoughts and inspirations could be created from it. I'm not saying delete your social medias. You don't have to go all hardcore. But I am saying, like, do an audit, see where you're spending your time, and then see if maybe you can replace it with something else, another goal. Go walk 10K. Go take your dog for a walk. I'm sure your dog would absolutely love to spend more time with you. I am sweating. It is hot. Maybe I'm just getting fired up about this. All right, so I want to end this by saying, do a log out challenge. Put your phone down for 24 hours. Log out of all social medias and see what happens. It might surprise you. If this helped you at all, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, say what's up. I will catch you guys later.